Good afternoon to all our students, faculty, staff, and all Centralians here and abroad. Welcome to Central Philippine University on our first edition of Looking Forward. Today we have with us a dedicated Centralian who is the Occupational Safety and Health Coordinator, Pollution Control Officer, both at Central Philippine University. He is a technical assistant to the university president, coordinator of Sustainable Campus Program of CPU, and he is a graduate, our alumni, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Nursing, batch 1995. He also had an advanced diploma in engineering design with concentration in structural civil design from Canberra Institute of Technology, Canberra, Australia, batch 2010. Our first guest is no other than Mr. PRIM Calixto Vergara III. Welcome, Sir PRIM.
Thank you very much, Sir Sai.
And you are in our program, Looking Forward, first edition, sir.
Wow, that's a
And we are
very big
privileged
privilege.
today to learn something from you about the Campus Sustainable Development Program. Is it right? Or what is correct?
That's about the campus sustainability program.
Okay,
Yes,
that's the right. That's the right.
term.
Okay. First, we would like to hear from you some backgrounds of this project, sir, if you may.
Yes. Actually, I was appointed last year in the month of June. I was surprised that there was another committee that was formed, no, by the Office of the President, and that is for me to coordinate the Sustainable Campus Committee. Now, starting from that, I reviewed the background of this program, and it was 2014, that was with the Board of Trustees Resolution number 14 of 2014, that the Board of Trustees adopted the policy, or the campus sustainability policy of Central Philippine University. So from there, the campus sustainability policy of the CPU was all about for environment. And with this, the committee that was formed last year in the month of June came up with these proposed programs, no? And we have done a lot of things already from there at that time thereon until this time, no? And actually, I am very excited of what will be in the next years to come, because it's now the committee program, the Sustainability Campus program is starting to take off with the help of the brilliant members of the committee. And more committee members will be coming to join us as well. I will tell you later, siguro, kung who are they, no?
Before we go on, I would like to know if you have saturated the information to all our members in CPU, students, faculty, and staff, sir?
Yeah, actually kung makita mo sa GWA, no, and it's with our tarpaulins over there. We have started, no, campaigning for the care of our environment through those small tarpaulins that you can find in our Half Moon Drive and in our walkway, and it states their Sustainable Campus Committee. So I think the people who are passing by that those ways, no, they are pretty much knowledgeable that there's Sustainable Campus program already existing in the university. Even the CPUR. The CPUR, we are in close coordination with them because, you know, these student leaders have their own projects and programs in terms of environment. So the Prime Minister, together with her Minister for Environment, is working closely with me. We have already starting to merge our programs together, to the point that they are one of those who will be joining the new committee set up for this upcoming, say, August.
Sir, how did you come up with this? Were you having a benchmarking before this, or have you visited some campus, for example, or schools, and you saw that this is good also for CPU? Is that the way it is?
Yes, absolutely. Because when you start a program that you have never had the experience before, you really need to have that benchmark visit.
Yes, sir.
And we thank the United Board for Christian Higher Education because we were granted a bamboo grant last year. That was in the month of July. Yeah, and the grant came in the month of August. We were granted about 279,000 pesos. And that will be used for the institutionalization of the Sustainable Campus Program of the university. So it's a big help. So through that grant from the United Board, we conducted several benchmark visits in academic institutions as well. We started in Bacolod with the Adventist school, no, over there, and we have a very rich experience with them and a learning experience with them. They have much to share to us in terms of utilization of their assets, like their land use. For example, if I can remember it right, they have about 115 hectares of land, no? And only the campus is only occupying a portion of it, maybe 10% of their total land, and the rest of the land are used to utilize for food production, for them also to utilize inside the campus. So that's what we have learned actually in the Adventist school, that they grow organic vegetables for their own consumption in their cafeteria, and we have even tasted that as well.
Sir, can you elucidate further on this term bamboo grant? What is that?
Yes, it's a grant, no, open to institutions like us by the United Board for Christian Higher Education, UBCHEA.
I mean, the term bamboo, is that because of the...
Yes, it's a program from them, no.
Because of their logo, bamboo, di ba?
Yeah, it seems like it's a it seems like it is their coined name na of the grant, because it's a small grant, no. So it's a bamboo grant, something like that.
Yeah, I saw their logo is bamboo. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, Sir Prim, I would want to know if you have requirements when you embark on this project. Do we have any requirement before we can embark on a sustainable program, campus program?
When we talk about requirement, siguro the only requirement that you can have here is passion for the environment. No, and I was blessed, no, as chairperson, as coordinator of the program. I was blessed with passionate members of the committee, no, and if I may, I will share to you who they are.
Yeah, I want to know who the members of your committee.
Okay.
If you can, please.
Allow me. I have here my list of committees here. There are brilliant people, actually. I am the coordinator of this committee, and my members since last year, was Engineer Dimpna Castigador, no? She is our director for institutional advancement. Engineer Jeriel Militar, he is our chairman in mechanical engineering, and he is really the expert on renewable energy. And we have as well Dr. Aris Romaliosa. He is now the chairman for our agricultural engineering. She is also a champion in solid waste management.
Yes.
No? And we have my very good friend, Reverend Francis Neil Halandoon, who is, I believe, your boss. He's the director of Office for Communication, no? And he is in charge for the culture and information of this project, no? Culture change. And it's a very big challenge for him, actually. And we have as well Engineer Ret Alan Baldonado, who is the supervisor for our facilities maintenance services.
Yes,
Engineer Baldonado's participation here is commendable because he is the one giving us facilities to work on. No? And we have as well Dr. Stella Fernandez, who is now the acting dean of our College of Arts and Sciences. She's an expert in biodiversity.
Yes.
No? And she was before she was the dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. She was the chairman or the chairperson for the life science department, no? And we have as well Dr. Dalia Pescos, who is the chairman of for chemical engineering. No, she is the expert here in our water and wastewater management.
More on chemistry.
Yes, more on chemistry, more on determining the pollutants in our water. You know? And there's also the big participation of the alumni association. And they sent us their representative, who no other than the president of the Alumni Association, Engineer Isagani Halbuena.
Congratulations, sir, for this. You're very fortunate to have this. They're mostly technical, right?
Yes.
So I believe this committee of yours will be very effective.
Yeah.
Efficient, I mean.
They're
Look
brilliant,
at the
actually.
composition
They're
is so
brilliant.
bright, you know.
Yes.
They're all very technical.
Yes. And more members will be coming by this August. And because what we did, because we are already starting to take off the program, no? The line of programs that we have been working on since last year, the university president decided, as per committee recommendation as well, that we will be forming subcommittees. Like we have here the subcommittee on clean air and ENERCON, no? That will be chaired by Engineer Militar. We will be having subcommittee on water and wastewater management. That will be chaired by Dr. Pescos. And we divided the solid waste because the solid waste is really the challenging one here. We divided the subcommittee. We coined the subcommittee on solid waste operation. That will be chaired by me and co-chaired by Engineer Baldonado. And solid waste operations for me, and solid waste management campaign and enforcement. Yeah, campaign and enforcement by Dr. Romaliosa and the CPU, Prime Minister.
For example, you refer to solid waste. What are this? When it comes to CPU, where do you refer to the solid waste, sir?
It is our daily waste we generate every day.
Canteens,
yes, everything that is solid, solid waste, from our food scraps up to the plastics we are generating. No?
Have you already started some of these sustainable programs? Would you like to mention some of them?
Yeah, but before that, Sir Sai, I'll also have to welcome the new members for the subcommittee, and this is the subcommittee on agriculture and ecotourism.
Yes, good.
And it will be led by Professor Almahar, and as well as the subcommittee on sustainable purchasing. No other than by our purchasing officer
Yes.
herself, Mrs. Hermely
I
Halandoon.
saw you there in the pictures.
Yes. So with that question you just recently raised,
Yeah, would
sir.
you like to mention some of these programs already initiated or started?
The programs that we have initiated. Okay. So in solid waste, no, in solid waste, our first objective here is to reduce our disposal in the landfill.
Yes.
That's the main objective. And the second objective here is the culture change of Centralians in terms of their garbage disposal.
That's good.
Yeah, the discipline. I mean, the discipline of of Centralians in terms of how they no dispose their trash, no, and that they just don't litter anywhere, no, and they really have to observe segregation. Because by then, if we have to observe segregation, Sir Sai, our landfill contribution will be significantly reduced. No? From the recyclable materials like paper, tin cans from our soft drinks, no? Our PET bottles from our drinks and juice drinks, no? That are being sold in our cafeteria, our plastics, our I have already mentioned tin cans, no? So most of those recyclables, if we just be religious enough to observe recycling and gather our own recyclables, our landfill contribution will be very significant.
But the thing here, Sir Prem, for example, the tin cans, the bottles, do you really make something out of this? I mean, that you recycle it yourself, but you're not dispensing it outside of CPU.
As per our benchmark visit, especially in St. Paul's U in Dumaguete, St. Paul's University, they're doing something with their trash. They're utilizing it for their academic instructions.
How?
For example, their CDs. Diba? We no longer use CDs, no,
Yeah.
because we already have our USBs. They have their CDs and they are using it or converting it to become an instructional material. They're converting it to puppets, decorations for their for elementary use, or even outreach endeavors. They're really using that. Another one that they're doing is the utilization of their tin cans. No, I just can imagine that they are utilizing this for their own operations inside the university, and they're not just simply disposing it. So we saw that best practice, and we are now trying to adapt it as well. No, if they can use it, we can use it as well. No, it's still an asset.
So what have you started after all?
We are now campaigning. No, we are now campaigning our waste segregation. No, we have to start first, since we are very fresh in this program. We have to. It's just like saying we have to start kinder.
Are we looking at adding some equipment or implements for this program, sir?
In the future, for sure,
future.
we will be requiring equipments like, say, mechanical crushers, crushers for plastics. That is what I am looking forward. No, that we will be processing our own waste.
But for the meantime, we are compounding all of this. So what are we doing with this waste?
Yeah, right now, if you can see, we are starting with the campaign. We are sending out information in terms of segregation. And if we now have to start with the subcoms, no, the subcommittees to be working on the solid waste enforcement and campaign and the operations, we will see the big difference maybe in the near months that Centralians will be contributing much to the preservation of our environment.
I can see that all of these members you have mentioned are representative of the components of this program, right?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay, so how else can we include the other departments, like Alumni Association, for example, CPUR? How do you employ them?
Yes, very significant. This is not just a one committee work. We really need a lot of people who will be working with us. This cannot be easily achieved by a few. And this will be a collaborative effort by the Centralians itself.
Yes.
That's why we are looking for people who has passion on this. No? That they have this green thinking. Oh, for example, this committee is called the Green-Minded Committee. Because each one thinks green.
Yeah.
And it was Reverend Francis Nilandoon who said we will call our committee Green-Minded Committee. Oh, I agreed. Oh, because I'm green-minded.
Okay. What is your recommendation with regards to, I noticed sometimes, well, of course, we have already given a lot on water, this flood, baha. Diba? I think it's already well ironed out, no?
Mm.
But sometimes, as we pass by the big field,
Mm-hmm.
the water is still, well, it's parang level, daw level bala sa grass.
Uh-huh.
So how did you have any observations on these areas of concern?
Well, if I have to think about it in technical terms, maybe the ground is already saturated with water. That's why during heavy downpour, you can already notice water retention in surface. So it's not actually an issue right now of the garbage inside the campus because it is all about water retention in our soil.
I've asked that question because I had an observation with players in football.
Uh-huh.
Daw nagreklamo. Actually, they were Koreans,
Well, that's the beauty of football.
Yeah, because they do not want to be washed with water,
Oh well, that will be a new experience from them. if they're playing with the nice football field, utilizing anong tawag na dira ng something like synthetic field, no? Synthetic grasses, and there's no mud and water retention over there. Here in the Philippines, it's all about that.
By the way, Sir Prem, this recycling of materials, how does this involve the carpentry shop with so much, slices or excesses of wood and lumber?
Yes, if you so call it recycling, it's simply reutilizing what is already a waste. So many things can be done.
Because we
with
have
that.
so many
Yes.
constructions.
Yes, of
So,
course. For example, no, you can utilize that for your green education. For example, we are trying now to promote here our urban gardening club. What I mean with urban gardening club, it's not just simply that you will be utilizing the grounds of CPU, but you will utilize as well the vacant spaces inside the buildings that you can still utilize for as a garden. No, so I have already started that actually in my own territory there at Stewart.
Yeah.
there's much to study about urban gardening actually. I'm also learning with the help of experts, on my own research, and and you know, it's a very challenging thing when you are just starting to know things.
Oh.
It's continually making you to learn more and more and more.
Yeah, I always see you there. Our offices are just facing each other. And I see you. I thought that you are one of their gardeners, but when I saw that this is PRIM, yeah, I admire your effort doing those hanging plants there. You know.
Yes, it's a component of my own study and
But
research.
you still plan to plant vegetables, hanging vegetables, or what?
Actually, I already did. I already have their kangkong, pechay, our chili.
Ikaw lang? No,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
ladies helping you?
My assistants are helping me actually. I'm glad I have there a work student who has a passion.
Yes, anyway, we have so much on the recycling of these things.
Okay.
But the other question that really stirs us, especially Director Halandoon, is the attitude of students. How do we educate them? Just throwing garbage anywhere. It's still there, you know?
Yes, as
Because
I
you
have.
see it.
Yes, as I have mentioned to you, portions of this is very challenging in terms of solid waste management, no, and that is in terms of our in terms of the behavior change or the culture change of students, no. We will just address it like say all Centralians, no, that we will be religious enough to throw our own garbage in the nearest bin, and at the same time to the recycling. If your waste is for recyclables, then you have to throw that on the recyclable bins. But if let's say garbage cans are not accessible near you, you just don't simply throw it in the ground or scatter it anywhere or leave it where you've been sitting for almost an hour, or just to bring it, put it in your pocket, and if you pass by a garbage can or a garbage bin, then that's the time for you to dispose it.
What about the teachers? Are they also having time to preach this advocacy?
Well, how I wish to. How I wish to. And that is also part of, I believe, the campaign and enforcement. That's the concern now of the subcommittee on campaign and enforcement. I believe, yeah.
Anyway, I had a chance to talk to our regional director, tourism, Helen Catalbas. Si Centralian man na siya. And she was telling me to already make something out of ecotourism.
Okay.
Because,
yes.
you know, Councilor Alim has already advocated the declaration of CPU as a tourism site, right? So with ecotourism comes biodiversity.
Yes, that's right.
And I think we also need to study or do some research and in fact put it inside your program. These birds, our trees, what else? Our plants.
It's already there in the program.
Even the air here in CPU.
It's already there in the program, actually, Sir Sai. As I have said, mentioned to you, that Professor Almahar will be coming in to join the group, and that he will be chairing the subcommittee on agriculture and ecotourism. So what we have started so far in that area is we have started planting endemic fruit trees.
What would you like to,
Yes.
to clarify endemic to our
Endemic.
viewers?
Kung anong makita mo locally before sa aton, like datilis, star apple, our guava, the bayabas, the lumboy, the kamunsil, the blackberry, or what they call that, bugnay. So we have started planting those back here in our campus because those trees will somehow attract birds to migrate here, and biodiversity will be again an active life here in the university, no? we will be seeing more species of birds. Actually, Life Science Department, through our committee, has already conducted bird survey.
Good, that's good.
Oh, bird survey. And we have already identified just a portion of birds, no? Of species of birds here. So we said, if we have to put back fruit trees here in the university, these birds will be attracted to come and live here, if not permanently, temporarily in the university. And, again, there will be worms and bats, and I would like really to see what Central Philippine University 20 years ago.
We have started, actually, si Pastor Neil has been fond of taking pictures of
Yes,
this,
yes, that's
migratory birds ba yun?
Yes, that's
Okay.
right, migratory birds. And he was sharing that to us, and we are very amazed by
Other
these
than that,
pictures.
Sir Prem, other than that, we are concerned of the water also.
Okay.
What about the rainfalls? Do we have catch basins for that?
That's really a part of our program, ano. And we have even started that 3 years ago. That we have converted one building, and that's the Robley building, as a rainwater catchment facility.
Yeah.
And beside there, it's a very long and deep water catchment basin. And it really significantly contributed to our energy consumption, because if it rains and it is being collected there in the bin, the university on that area no longer need to pump in water from the underground reservoir,
Yes,
which will be using electric pump. So nakasave na kita in terms of electricity, because we just naturally collected rainwater from the roof.
Yes.
Down to our collecting bin.
Yes.
And we are using that in terms of our utility at the Alfonso Uy building, and the toilets, but not for drinking.
I don't know if you are aware of the Haribon. I and
Haribon Foundation.
Ms. Romaliosa was there. We
Yeah.
went with Levy, with Sir Levy. So
Mhm.
we have a project at the Good Shepherd's Fold Academy in Guimaras. Actually, I don't know if you can tap also this Haribon Foundation, because they're also shelling out assistance for any biodiversity projects. In fact, biodiversity is really their flagship program.
Yeah. The Haribon group here in the university are also members of this committee, actually.
Already?
Yes.
Okay.
Engineer Malyosa,
De Los Santos.
Stella Fernandez.
Stella Fernandez.
Those are people who are steering up also this committee.
It's good,
So
ano?
as much as possible, we will be utilizing more people, more groups, to really put this into full program, the Sustainability Campus program.
It's good that we have many of these agencies and funding institutions are already starting to help institutions also who are bent on making good of this biodiversity. So maybe you could just look at them and then.
Oh yes, of
So,
course. No, I have already tasked the subcommittee in terms of linkages, and that is with the engineer Dimpna Castigador. Oh, and she is now studying to top organizations, NGOs, government organizations, for possible partnership. No? And we are now gearing up to that.
I would have one last question, Sir Prem.
Okay.
What are the areas of concern on Sustainable Campus program, if any, right now? And what are your recommendations?
Concern. Everything is a concern.
Give a specific area of concern and then give your recommendations.
Well, honestly, the main focus right now of the committee is on the solid waste management. As I have already said that repeatedly, so it's on the solid waste management. It's on the biodiversity. program right now.
Good.
And in terms of recommendation, then everything that we are doing in the committee, as we have studied it, we recommended that in the university administration, and gladly the university administration is supporting us.
Thank you, Sir Prem. We have a very lively discussion.
Thank you very much, Sir
And
Cyrus.
I believe and look forward to having this benefit our campus, our students, and everybody. So, thank you, Sir Prem. Do you have any more things to say to our alumni and friends?
Yes, thank you very much, Sir Cyrus, for having me here in your program. And I would like to take this opportunity to inform our Centralians, brothers and sisters, that our university is having this program to benefit us as well, as individual. And I would like everyone to invite. I would like to invite everyone to join us in this endeavor. And this endeavor is for us to make better of our environment by contributing to the reduction of our carbon footprints, and thereby increasing our clean air and biodiversity, that we will be having a lively environment here at Central Philippine University. Sir Cyrus.
Thank you, Sir Prem. So there you are, friends and alumni. We look forward to another topic on our show, Looking Forward. This has been your friend and host, Cyrus Natividad. Thank you for being with us. God bless.